Like, do you, like, remember anything about it? Like, as a child?
I just remember seeing Nixon on TV saying, "I'm not a crook." And then I remember the next thing I remember was he was resigning because he was a crook.
Okay.
So,
And do you remember when the first computer came out?
the first computer, the first personal computer, was I had a. It was from Texas Instruments. It was more like a word processor, and you could. It was really cool because you could type a paper and it would save your papers. It was. I mean, I remember before that we had to use a typewriter, and just before the computers came out, it was an IBM Select, the rollerball thing. It was a ball. We thought that was really cool instead of arms.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a computer, a word processor basically. And then after that, it was a personal PC, which was a really big computer desktop that took up a lot of space. Computers have come a long way.
And, well, you guys, I guess you guys owned one, right? And how many, did you guys own more than one, or was it just one?
Growing up, we didn't own one. They didn't exist when I grew up. It was after I moved out of the house that they came out. So it was, growing up, we had TVs, and that was the extent of our electronics growing up. You know, color TV. We were doing pretty well to have color TV. A lot of my friends had just black and white TVs.
So you guys had TVs growing up. Like, when was like the transition from a black and white TV to a color TV? Or did that happen in your lifetime?
It happened in my lifetime, but I don't remember that happening. I always remember just having color TVs.
Mm-hmm.
But they were really big and bulky, and they were more like a piece of furniture rather than just a TV.
What do you remember about the Gulf War?
The Gulf War happened because Iraq was invading Kuwait, and George Bush Sr., the president at that time, sent in troops to stop that. He had the feeling that Iraqi was going after the oil. It was all about oil. So American troops went in there to stop the Iraqi government from invading Kuwait. And we were very successful. It didn't take very long, took a good probably 7 or 8 days, and then we pulled out of Iraq.
Mm-hmm. How old were you during the Gulf War?
About 30.
And did you know anybody that served in the Gulf War?
No.
Nobody did?
No.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Were any of your siblings close to being drafted into any war that was going on during the time?
No, but my nephew went into the second Gulf War. He was he did 3 tours, and 1 in Iraq and 2 in Afghanistan. So he wasn't drafted, but he volunteered to go into service, which was very scary, very scary.
And
he was on the front lines.
How long are these terms that he had?
I think they were like 9 months or a year and a half
Each?
each.
That's a long time to be in a war.
Mm-hmm.
And did he do any like secret stuff?
Oh, definitely secret stuff. I mean, we didn't even know where he was a lot of the time because he couldn't communicate with anybody. They didn't want anybody in the world to know where they were.
And I guess that's scary.
Very scary. Yeah, he was on the front lines.
How many of your siblings went to college? Out of those, were you part of that group?
My brother, 4 brothers and me. So all my brothers went, and then I went. They all got their undergraduate at, a couple of them at Texas Tech, and one of my brothers at UTD. And I got a degree from UTD, and then I got my master's from SMU.
Mm-hmm. And so none of your sisters went to college?
No, our family dynamics, we grew up thinking that the man went to work and the mom stayed home and had children.
Were you one of the first women to get a college degree in your family?
I was the only woman.
Like ever?
In my immediate family, I was the only woman to get any degree at all.
That's cool. What do you remember about John F. Kennedy's death?
I was about 3 years old. My mom was mopping the floor. The TV was on. And then suddenly my mom began screaming, "They shot our president, they shot our president." And she was crying, and I remember the emotion that she she had over that, and it scared me and it concerned me, and I do remember watching it on TV after that.